Give up a TV job to start a podcast in your basement. If that doesn't scream midlife crisis, I don't know what does.
It was Championship Sunday here in Indianapolis. What's the mindset then coming in as a defending champion?
I want to win. No, I want to win.
The young lady over my shoulder, Caitlin Clark.
Not the best looking guy. And I don't think anyone's going to sit here and say, Matt Randazzo was really good looking.
What has this last month, 2 months, 3 months been like for you? It's an important fan base for the Fighting Illini, is it not?
It is.
He turned 69 years young last week. You look good, Coach.
Oh, trying. Thank you.
Welcome to Off Date with Matt Randazzo here on a New Year's Eve evening, December 31st. Wednesday is the day of the week, but nobody knows the day of the week right now because the holiday season is in full swing and we're ready for a different time of a show. Usually we're in the morning at 10 a.m. doing this one late afternoon and with very good reason, and we're simulcasting with the Hawkeye Report podcast because the Iowa Hawkeyes pick up their 9th victory of the season. They win the ReliaQuest Bowl over Vanderbilt, 34-27, the final score down in Tampa. Game finished a couple hours ago, but you know what? This guy is constantly working. So we go right to Tom Kakert. Don't start flipping around stuff like you're actually working hard or something like that.
I've been busy since, I went down to the field. They had the post-game ceremony. We had to wait a bit for Kirk, then we had to talk to Marc Nesseler and then some players. So yeah, it was cool though. Being down on the field with some of the players and everything. And I think if the players had a vote, DJ Vandermeer would have won the MVP and not Marc Nesseler. They kept chanting DJ, down on the field. So it was fun getting to, there's some melancholy feelings though too, with seeing Logan Jones, for example. It might be the last. I'll probably see him at Pro Day, I guess. But that's the last time I'm going to cover a game that he's playing in for Iowa, and seeing him go, that was. It's always interesting. And then I was down in the field and ran into LeVar Woods. And I just said, I was just like, wow, this is the last time we're going to kind of be down here on something like this. Kind of I'm not on the same side, but just, you know what I mean? It's just, I've known LeVar for a long time since he came back to the program in 2008 and, got to know him and his family, and now he's this is the last time he was gonna take an airplane back with to Iowa City with all those guys from all the people from Iowa, and now he's gonna be moving to East Lansing and starting a new career and everything, and so just that moment was it just you feel it because it's just that's the end of a period of his life, and it's just different. So, great win for Iowa today, 34-27. The offense, we felt like the offense needed to show up. Hey, can I toot my own horn for a minute?
I'm not going to stop you, so go ahead.
Okay. Well, in my game prediction that I know you probably read.
I don't read your stuff.
I said my pick to click. I know, because you're the dazzler, so you don't read it.
Where's the background?
I don't know. I didn't have time to do it today.
Focus on your pick. Your pick was
my pick to click. I always do a pick to click. I do a final score. My final score was 27-24, so it's off slightly. But I thought Gronowski was going to play a really good game today.
Yeah.
And so he was my pick to click. I said he would have 2 touchdown passes and 1 rushing touchdown.
Not bad. No, and Tom, there's so much to unpack with this because you mentioned the end of an era and some of those guys leaving, and there's those emotions. I felt like this team, and you look at it, they lost 4 games all season by 15 points. I mean, you look at the way they played and Vandy coming in. They have the Heisman runner-up who's got a chip on his shoulder because he didn't win the Heisman. They felt they should be in the playoff. They got their guys playing. I know their tight end didn't, but for the most part, they have their guys playing. And Iowa proved that they're a really good football team. Some of the headlines, Tom, this is the first victory for Iowa over ranked opponents since 2021, which is, I know, something that people kept beating. It was almost, to me, a dead horse, but it was true. I mean, Iowa hadn't beaten a ranked opponent since 2021, so they get that out of the way. Marc Nesseler, you mentioned, 16 of 22, 212 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 10 carries, 54 yards, a rushing touchdown as well. An interception that we'll talk about here in a second wasn't really on him. Didn't love the play call either, but trust me, those are one of the few negatives we may even talk about. Kamari Moulton, 14 carries, 95 yards, 6.8 per attempt, Tom. I mean, when those guys
terrible.
Up front did such a great job.
Feel terrible for Kamari. You know
they
why?
Get to 100.
Because he left under 100 again.
And what was he,
Under
like 99 one game, 98 one game?
Yeah, 99,
I mean, he's been right there
90,
several
99,
times.
93, 95 today.
Jeez.
And I even kind of joked with him about it a little bit. And he's like, man, I just can't get there. Just can't get there. I was close. I thought I was going to get there. And just, but he was more concerned about the win, just like everybody else on the team. O-line, I thought, played terrific today. They really got after it. And, I think really did a great job. Defensive line, underrated performance today. I thought
Especially
they were really big, especially early on. Carson Shire, I talked to Carson after the game, and he said that he was basically the spy for Pavia today. And Phil doesn't do that very often, where he puts a spy on somebody like that. And that first one, I said, was it just like a delayed blitz? And he goes, no, I was spying. And they just told me that if there was ever a lane where I thought I could get a clean shot at him, that I should go for it.
Yeah.
And he did.
It's funny, Tom. I did the old TV was on the game on ESPN, and then I had Pat and Dolph on another TV listening to them. And it was one of those things where you and Pat mentioned it at halftime that that's what they were doing, is that he wasn't blitzing, he was just kind of spying, and if the opportunity presented itself to go get it, and he did just that. Obviously, the defense played great early on. Second half, when you get down by 3 scores, it's like any football game, NFL, college, whatever. They start going, hurry up. They start throwing all the time. They start going for it on 4th down. And the defense wore it down a little bit. But I want to flip real quick back to the offense because they got another one. DJ Vaname. It's funny because we've kind of known that as Iowa fans and media covering them, that he's going to be pretty good. But go to social media right now, Tom. I mean, it's amazing how many national guys are like, oh, damn, Iowa's got another one. DJ was 7 receptions, 146, and a touchdown. You mentioned he probably could have been the MVP. I'm glad that Marc Nesseler got it. I mean, 58
happy for Marc.
58-10 as a starting quarterback in college. I know not all of them at Iowa, obviously, but I felt like he just wins games.
No.
But hey, talk about DJ's performance, Tom, because man, that's 2 in a row where he's been almost elite when it comes to playing tight end.
Yeah, I think it was the second most yardage by a tight end in a single game in Iowa football history, 146 and a score. By the way, that razzle dazzle play that they did, not the razzle dazzler play, but the razzle dazzle play, was they named those plays, those trick plays, after restaurants or bars in Iowa.
I love it.
It was known as the Wig and Pen.
Love it. Absolutely love.
And they've always
I saw that
been
on
able
social.
to, they've always been able to execute it. And so the Wig and Pen is the play. And it's pretty cool that worked and that they were able to execute it and score off it. They needed those points. They knew, because Pavia, I swear to God, Pavia is like the Terminator. He just keeps coming. You can hit him and pound on him, and and knock him down, and he just keeps coming at you. And 347, 2 TDs, was sacked 5 times, but he's just going to keep bombing the ball down the field, and he just kept bombing it down the field. And he's a people take shots at him for all of his goofiness, and there is some goofiness there, but that dude is he's indestructible. I mean, he just keeps coming and coming and coming. He's a tough dude.
Let's kind of go through this one because Iowa gets the ball first. They always want the ball first.
Yep.
They go down and score. I thought it was a great drive. They get the stop on defense, and then they hit another big play to Vandermeer, getting him inside the 5. The one negative we might talk about tonight was first and goal from the 4, and they ran a slant to a second string running back. It goes off of third string running back. Yeah. Goes off his hands, is intercepted. I kept the entire first half, almost the whole game. That stuck in my mind, Tom. Like, that's going to come back to bite you in the butt. Your thoughts when they not just what happened, but the play call and all of those kind of things as well.
Can we go back to that first drive, though, that 44-yard run by Kronowski? Because that was part Houdini, I think, because I thought he was toast in the backfield. And somehow he just pops out of there, and then all of a sudden, whoop, there he goes. And it's like green grass all in front of him. And he just kept going. And then, so that one cornerback, Fontenette, the number 2, he was talking so much crap the whole game. He was running his mouth, just barking at the Iowa players almost all game. And he gets that late hit on Xavier Williams on that play and tacks on another 15 yards. So then Iowa just runs molten twice in a row. Yeah, but that interception, I mean, I was just like, why not just hand it off to 28 or have 11 just run his sneak or his quarterback draw or whatever, just run it in there. And it's almost like they kind of got a little bit too cute maybe down there on that drive, and I thought, boy, that might come back to bite them, because you knew Pavia was just going to keep pounding away. But Iowa was able to get another break late in the goofiest play. I've never seen that call before.
I was going to ask you, because I made a list of key plays, and obviously for the negative, it was that interception. Play. So it's 7-3. Iowa's going to get the ball back late in the second quarter. And so basically they went past the line of scrimmage and kicked it. It was an illegal kick, and it was a 5-yard penalty. And when they announced it, Tom, I thought they were going to say a 5-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage, re-kick. You know what I mean? Or kick it again. And then they said Iowa first down. Iowa's got first and goal from the 10. That's a huge play. And like you said, I've never, ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah, somebody from the press box was on it right away. I can't remember who. I'd love to give somebody credit, but I can't remember who said it. But they were like, hey, that's going to be Iowa's ball right there, because it's an illegal kick, and it's a loss of down. It might have been Chad Lysico, if I remember correctly, but I don't.
We'll give Chad credit. Sure. He's a genius. So credit. Yes, of course.
He's great. He's great. Yeah. But I was just kind of amazed that they did that because they were so afraid of Weegan. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's all it was they were just deathly afraid that they were going to kick a ball to Caden Weegan, and they wanted to try and do something. Kirk said something funny about that play after the game, and he was like, I was mad that it felt like we didn't have any containment over there. Like he could have ran.
Dolph said they're going to fake it. Dolph said they're going to fake it because it was wide open. I don't know why they didn't keep. I mean, it was 18 yards, I think.
Yeah.
So that's probably why
he
it was
might have been able to make it.
He may have. I mean, Dolph thought it was a fake. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, but Kirk was like, yeah, we had no containment. we were toast. He was like, I was mad about that, but then he credited Phil Parker's son Tyler, who's up in the booth, for noting that rule. And he's like, hey, we're going to get the ball back, and it's going to be at the 10-yard line. And it was. And they were able to score. Nice toss to Reese Vanderzee on that play for that score.
No, it was big. It was 14-3 at the half. Tom, I was talking to Charlie during the halftime, and I said, you know what? Vandy gets the ball first. If Iowa can somehow get a stop and get some points, I thought it might be ball game. And that's what they do. They get a stop, and I don't know for sure if this was the one. And I think they ended up punting. But there was a 4th down and 1 later in the game where I know as great as Diego or whatever his name is, Pavia thinks he is, like it was a wide open 4th and 1 and he flat out missed the throw. I mean, he makes some really like electric plays, but some of the simple stuff still isn't there with that young man. But anyways, they get the stop, they go up 21-3, and I'm like, all right, this is going to be relaxing. Back comes Vandy. I thought it was important in the 3rd quarter coming out. I know it didn't put the game away, but man, can you imagine if Vandy went down and scored right away? I thought the beginning of the 3rd quarter was important for Iowa because it gave them enough cushion for later in the game, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I thought it was important for Iowa to kind of maintain that lead. I felt like if it ever got tied, that Iowa might be in some trouble, just because Pavia he's just one of those guys that just seems to be able to make plays whenever he needs to. But Iowa came out, got a stop, and then marched right down the field. Got a couple first downs, and then then they run the razzle dazzle, the Wigan Penn play, not the razzle dazzler. The dazzler's different.
Which should be run. They should name one eventually, that coming up soon. So they come back. Vandy gets it 21-10. I thought a big play, Tom, that we don't talk enough about. I mean, I think it did win a half. How in the world did Marc Nesseler, after getting strip sacked, how did he recover that fumble? I think that was I think it was the biggest play of the game. Am I crazy to say that?
Yeah. No, that's not crazy. I mean, he had 2 Houdini plays that I still don't know. I don't know how he got out of that sack and made a 44-yard run. And I don't know how he got that fumble, because I swear to God, the Vandy guy, I thought, was laying on top of the ball. And then all of a sudden the ref comes out and goes, hey, offense has got the ball. It's 2nd down or whatever it was. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge, huge difference in the game for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Another key play, obviously, they continued to score. I do think in the 4th quarter, when they got the ball back, there was one time I thought they'd go for it, and they kicked a field goal. It was kind of the first field goal that they kicked. I thought that they would go for the Gordon for 4th down. But talk about Drew Stevens, because he came in and he struggled a little bit, Tom, from 40 to 50 yards. Not badly, but he's missed some uncharacteristic kicks for him from there. I thought he was big, continuing to give Iowa that breathing room they needed during the second half.
Super happy for Drew, because he goes out with 2 big kicks that help them win a game today. And nailed both of them. Just, the first one, I thought he really drilled the 47-yarder. I thought he just hammered that one. And the 45-yarder was just one he guided in there and didn't try to do too much, just put his toe on it and went right through. And they, again, getting that 2-score lead was just going to be so important, because you knew Pavia was going to come down and try and get some points. And they kicked that field goal, and then I was able to recover that little pooch kick or whatever, the kickoff, and get things going in the right direction. So really team effort. I thought both the offensive and defensive lines were just huge today. Both came up big. The defensive line with 5 sacks. Or the defense in general, but Carson Shire had a couple of them, but the pressure they were able to put on the quarterback, and thought the tackling was pretty solid. And Vandy never got like what I would call a run game going. They just never really committed to it. So I think they were, Deshaun Lee was out, so they were focused on Jalen Watson a lot today, trying to go after him as much as possible. And he just kept battling. So good on him. And I tell you, as a football program, Kirk's always said this. It's always better when you go into the winter with a bowl win than a loss, because that loss just hangs over you until you can play another game. That win can springboard you into that next year. He's made the comparisons to this team being a lot like the 08 team. And I thought for a while this was going to be a lot like that 09 Outback Bowl against South Carolina, where they just kind of blew them out, because it felt like, boy, Iowa was gathering control of the game, and maybe Pavia was going to, say uncle, and he did not. They just kept fighting and clawing, and credit to them. They didn't quit, and they made Iowa earn it.
Couple quick ones at the end before I let you get out of here.
Yeah.
The end of the game, we have a field goal kicked on second down. Caught me off guard. I understand it. I get what he's doing. That. He's looking at that.
Yeah.
People talking did that surprise the geniuses in the press box or whatever you guys call yourselves? But you said you liked it. Were you surprised? How much time is he saving if he takes 2 more shots at the end zone and then kicks it? He's saving 12 seconds.
I think you just want to get the points up and try and get the ball back, because you got to get the ball back anyway.
Yeah.
So, and as much time as you can.
Were you surprised with the onside kick, and I thought it was a really good play by Reese Vanderzee to go back and almost naturally just grab that thing. It could have been a little funky. Yeah. Were you surprised that's what they went with? Because Tom, I'll be honest with you, they weren't going to stop Iowa. They couldn't stop them from scoring, more or less getting a first down. That was where I was at with it, where it's going to struggle to get a stop, more or less, a stop of a first down.
I just felt like there was enough time where you could have kicked it deep, and if you can get a 3 and out, maybe you got a shot. But once Iowa got the first down, then it was over, and they could just run it out. Because they only had one timeout left at that point, I think. 2. So they couldn't really stop the clock. They had the 2-minute timeout still in there. That when they burned one of them, the last one, I think at 2:07, and then at the 2-minute, they burned it. But Iowa figured out a couple of plays to get a first down, and once they had the first down and it was at under 2 minutes, you can just burn the clock. You can take knees and burn clock.
Tommy, I want to talk to you about legacy real fast and look into next year real fast.
Sure.
Do you got 60 seconds to take a quick break, and we'll come right back?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Tom Kakert. He's live in Tampa on New Year's Eve. There's probably women waiting for him outside the press box to go celebrate New Year's Eve. No? All right. We'll be back with Tom Kakert and much more. You're watching a later edition of OTA here on New Year's Eve. We'll be right back. All right, be honest. Are you craving Hungry Hobo again? That fresh sliced meat piled high on those amazing sandwiches, hot off the grill chicken and steak with all those delicious toppings, the biggest and best selection of baked potatoes, or simply some waffle fries dipped in cheese. Well, now that Quad City favorite is even easier to get. Download the Hungry Hobo app today. Order ahead, skip the line, and earn rewards all at the same time. There's Double Points Monday and exclusive specials as well. With 12 locations in the Quad City area, it's Hungry Hobo. Now even easier to find, but still hard to resist.
Rafferty Funeral Home, dedicated to serving families in the Quad Cities since 2007.
Hi, welcome. Here, come on in.
An experienced staff plans each service to reflect the unique life and legacy of your loved one. Rafferty Funeral Home is proud to serve our community with dignity, respect, and compassion, helping you to celebrate your traditions and lasting memories no matter your faith, culture, or budget. Rafferty Funeral Home in Moline. Call today to discuss pre-arrangements.
When it comes to quality, convenient pizza, Godfather's Pizza in Silvis has you covered. Featuring a beautiful dine-in area, delivery, and a carry-out window. Godfather's Pizza is that pizza you grew up with, not a convenience store. You see, at Godfather's Pizza, the dough is made fresh daily. That mozzarella cheese is shredded fresh and never frozen. And those toppings are abundantly piled high each and every time. Locally owned and operated since 2010, Godfather's is a huge supporter of local athletes right here in the Quad Cities. So come on by and check them out at 1211 Avenue of the Cities in Silvis. Order online at godfathers.com and reunite with that same delicious pizza you grew up with. Welcome back to Off the Air here on New Year's Eve, talking about the Iowa victory over Vandy. Coming up after this, we will also have our Ness Guess segment as we get ready for week 18, of Ness Guess. But let's go back to the hardworking Tom Kakert down in Tampa. You've just partied all week with Pat Anger and Gary Dolphin and Joe Conklin. Like, don't act like this has been a hard, tough week for you, Tommy.
Oh, it is. It's been busy. Been busy.
It's been
except
fun, though.
Except when Pat and Corey and I went to the WWE. That was fun.
Dolph couldn't believe
and you were
that
super
you guys
jealous.
went there.
And we
Dolph
went in the
give you a hard
ring.
time? Yeah, I don't think you got in the ring. I think AI got you in the ring. I don't think you guys got you in the ring.
No, there was a picture of us in the ring. You can get in the ring if you're with a former world champion.
You'd be surprised what you can do with pictures with AI. I'm just saying, you'd be surprised. So
you'd be bedazzled.
I'd be the dazzler. Okay, I want to talk the legacy of this year's team. Tom, I keep going back to it. I think it was one of the best Iowa football teams in the last decade. I really do. I think it's a really good football team. Obviously, the close losses will be a headline or a theme of this year's team. But when you think of this team, what will this team be remembered for, I guess, as we move forward, the 2025 team? Uh-oh, we might be losing Tommy.
I think the internet must be bad.
No, you're back. You're back. Go ahead.
Okay. It's your bad internet.
No, I don't think it is. But the legacy of this year's team, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we're frozen again. Yeah.
All right, Tommy. We'll try it one more time. You there?
I'm here.
There you are. Thoughts on how this team will be remembered moving on, Tommy? Yep. I know. I see you.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been able to get Oregon, Indiana.
I think we're gonna.
I would just beat them. So, yeah,
we're close. I think it's you're clearing up a little bit right now. Quickly tell me about next year's team, because I think there are building blocks that can be pretty special for this team. Obviously, Vandy is going to get a lot of attention. There's some really good offensive linemen coming back. They lose a lot, Tommy. What does next year's team look like?
It looks like right now it's a competition at quarterback between Hank Brown and Jeremy Hecklinski. I think Hecklinski has the edge. and he's a gunslinger. It'll be a different type of quarterback, but he can move pretty well. I think they're going to have to hit the portal to get a wide receiver or two. I think they're going to have to fortify the defensive line at D tackle, probably get a couple of those, maybe a defensive end. And I think there might be that new wave of young quarterbacks linebackers that start coming in with Cam Buffington and players like that start elevating themselves. So I think there's pieces, but you're going to have to find a new center, you're losing Bo Stevens, you're losing Jennings Dunker. So that's 3 all Big Ten level offensive linemen from a Joe Moore award-winning offensive line that are going to have to be replaced. And center's one of the more important positions, and that's going to be a battle probably between Mike Myslinski and Cade People.
Oh, Tommy, you were right there. And this is not. There you are.
I think there's an opportunity there for another 9 or 10 win season for Iowa.
No, I think so as well. Tommy, with that being said, I had one more for you, and I can't remember. Oh, January 2nd, the portal opens. So Friday, is that right?
Oh, my God.
And here's the funny thing is everybody's like, it opens on Friday. There's like 3,000 players already in the portal, but they're not in the portal. What does Friday look like in college football? What does this weekend, next week look like? How quickly does it start developing when it comes to who's going where and all those kind of things?
Talked to somebody this week, and they said it's going to be the craziest 5 days in the history of college football, because there's just going to be so much, because it's only one window this year. There's only one portal window. So everybody who's going in is going in. And I think we're going to see, the other thing I think we'll see is, like, how the NFL is when it's like free agency opens, but then like 5 minutes after free agency opens, there's like 50 deals that are announced. That's what I think is going to happen here, is there's going to be there's not going to be guys taking 3 or 4 visits because they've got to get to a school in the next couple of weeks. So I think there's been a lot of quote unquote negotiations that have been going on behind the scenes with agents and general managers, player personnel guys, however you want to term them for the college programs, that there's agreements that are pretty much been reached, and we'll see guys on the move really quickly. We'll see if they honor something. It's as somebody said to me, it's never done until the paperwork is signed. So that's what you got to worry about now, is somebody going to come in at the last minute and jump on a kid who's been in the portal that you thought you had locked up and say, I'm going to give you another extra $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000, and then you're going to see that kid go elsewhere.
Relate that to Iowa. What does it look like for Iowa when they make their ads and their needs? Is that like Monday? Is that this weekend? Is that later in January? And also, and you don't have to say names because there's some, will there be any more defections when it comes to Hawk? There's got to be. It's today's day and age of college football. Yeah. There's got to be some.
There's going to be players
into the portal from Iowa as well.
There are going to be players that leave. That's just how it is. That's the nature of this sport today. That players are gonna exit, and I'd keep an eye on potentially Iowa mining some of the defections in the central part of the state that have been going on, especially with kids who are in-state players or kind of in-state players, that have been bordering states around the state of Iowa that Iowa might have been involved with. I would keep an eye on those in particular, because I think there's probably some mutual interest, because positionally they make sense.
I'll say this, and then I'm gonna let you go. I think receiver is a big need at Iowa. I feel a little better after the last couple of weeks, because I know he's not a receiver, but
I need some more body.
Well, I think that Reese Vanderzee, his injury early in the year was a bigger thing than what maybe we realized at the time. I think he's been playing much better football, especially towards the end of the year. And that's at least a piece or something moving forward. And then, yeah, they got to go spend and get some money as well.
People don't realize, by the way, Vanderzee didn't play until about the middle of the year. And Addison Ostrenga went out in the first quarter of the second game of the year.
Yeah.
And those two things are big things. And now you see what DJ Vandeme's doing, and you're going to have Addie back. Maybe have an addition at tight end too. We'll keep an eye on that, perhaps. So
is that a tease?
That teases the Dazzler a little bit. Gets his ears perked up.
I love it. All my ears. My ears are perked up on all ears. Come on, Tom.
All ear.
It's New Year's Eve. Give Corey a chuckle later when he listens to this. Come on. Get it out there.
He's going to be laughing. We may have to do a special podcast on Friday when everything starts happening.
I'm in. I'm in. I know you don't like inviting me to your podcast very often anymore, but I would be privileged to. Hey, do you have a New Year's resolution before I let you go?
Spend less time with you.
You don't mean that.
No.
You don't mean that. We don't even see each other anymore.
I know.
This is the only way we see each other. We used to watch wrestling together, work out together, those kind of things. How about this? No. You want to spend more time with Dazzo in 2026?
Well, that should be that and Don Umlin.
My wife is the opposite. My wife is like, I want to spend less time. My wife probably wants me to go back to the workforce, so I leave the house every once in a while instead of hanging up in the loft all the time. So, Tommy, be safe. Tell all those knuckleheads I said.
Right. Potentially. So, 50% off, and you get a year. We throw in a year of your ability to read and stuff. Miss having Doc, not having Doc here today, but he's out covering Indiana. He's covering the Rose Bowl tomorrow.
It's not a bad consolation prize for Doc.
Except it's supposed to rain out there. That's the only bad thing. But I already dealt with rain in LA this year.
Yeah. Tom, I'm glad your internet stayed up long enough. Mine's perfect, so it's got to be on your end. On that note, I got to let you go. See you, buddy. That is Tom Kakert down in Tampa. And if you guys are listening on the Hawkeye podcast, make sure you take advantage of, one, that deal, but then two as well, what's coming over the next couple days. Maybe enjoy New Year's Day, enjoy this evening, and then get ready because Friday it gets crazy in the world of college football. And then obviously the playoffs are going on and all that kind of stuff as well. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, thank you for doing so. As Tom mentioned, probably a podcast coming your way on Friday as well. If you're watching on OTA, thank you for that. We're going to take a quick break. We got Ness Guess Week 18 coming up right after this. You're watching OTA on New Year's Eve. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll be right back.
Give me the keys. Learning to drive can be stressful for both the student and, yes, the parent as well. Relax. There's an easy way to avoid the stress. Skiles Driving School in East Moline has been helping new drivers hit the road with confidence for over 20 years. Whether you're a teen earning your first license or an adult looking for behind-the-wheel training, we've got you covered. Their certified instructors are patient, experienced, and use modern vehicles equipped for safety and comfort. From classroom instruction to real-world driving, we make learning safe, affordable, and even fun. Call 309-278-0098 or visit skylesdriving.com. Skiles Driving School. Get in, buckle up, drive your future forward.
Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities. Wednesday means?
It's Ness Guess last week.
I know.
Last week.
I love the fact that you dressed the part.
I got to decorate you.
Thank you.
There you go.
I need that. Watch the ears. Watch the ears. Yeah, I got to get a little festive.
We got to get you ready for New Year's Eve.
Before we get into, first and foremost, we're at Hungry Hobo. Thank you to Hungry Hobo. Awesome sponsor, not just of the show, but more importantly of Ness Guess. We are to the finish line. This is the last week of Ness Guess, so make sure you guys take advantage of it. Get your picks in. Really thrilled with the way this went. I talked to him.
Thank you.
I talked to you in the spring. And I said, "Hey, we're gonna do it," and you're like, "Eh." And you didn't. You left my house. And I'm like, I don't think he wants to do it. And I really circled back around, and we did it. And I love the. I mean, it is. We had to grow it back again, and we watched it grow. And that's the fun thing about doing what I'm doing. And then obviously what you did 30 some years ago to start it. So really love the where it went to. Can't wait for next year, and we can continue to grow it more and more. We have a winner to get to in a second, but first and foremost, it is New Year's Eve. Yeah. We're taping this on New Year's Eve, but it's now New Year's Eve. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Ooh.
Are you a big New Year's resolution type of guy?
There were times when I was like health-wise, stay in good health.
Yeah.
I mean, but I just went to the doctor last week.
And
I had great numbers. I know.
I make you healthy. It's who you hang out with.
Must be.
You see Dazzo, you see my kids, and you go home and you're like, man, I'm lucky I don't have to deal with that all the time. And it makes you healthier.
My cholesterol is good. My blood pressure is good. Weight's good.
Yeah.
So, it's just got to maintain that.
My thing is always the losing the weight. Because I feel
it's hard.
It's just because, like, you come through Christmas and, like, you know, you can't, like, from Thanksgiving to now New Year's Eve, you just eat. Here's the thing that I always say. The January is sneaky tough because it's still crappy weather. Yeah. There's so much good football. Yeah. So you're, like, always like, hey, come over and watch the game.
Indoors.
I always get a bunch of gift cards for Christmas.
Sure.
So you're like, well, now I got these gift cards I got to use. You want to go to dinner, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then the Super Bowl comes. And so then you have like another big, like right away, early February. Yep. So I got to start earlier this year, but it's the new lifestyle for me, not working at night. Yeah. And you knew, I mean, you probably did it when you moved from doing a lot of stuff at night to working during the day. It's just finding, like I used to go to the gym in the morning because the kids were at school and I didn't go into work yet. Now I got to figure out the other way.
My tough time is summer because I'm off school. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I'm at school, I have my waters. I just got to make sure I get enough water. Yeah. That's a big thing. But at school, I always pack 3 waters a day. Yeah. And, you know, it's...
What will you remember the most about 2025?
2025.
Was there a certain thing?
I think Return of the Ness Guess is high.
Yes, I was hoping. I don't want to say it,
it's high up there.
Good.
I mean, it really is. I mean, I never imagined. I was just talking about this, thinking about it, that this is the week, or the end of last week, start of this week, like this was a big holiday tournament time for me. Yeah. And I would go to Peoria, Pekin, there's what's the other one down there? There's
Peoria, Bloomington.
Bloomington, normal, yeah. And I'd hit all 3. It was nonstop. And now it's like, okay. Yeah. How did I even
I remember the same stuff.
How did I do it? And how did I I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I thrived on it. Yeah. I as much as I could do. Yep. I would work 10, 12-hour days. Yeah. And nonstop. There was no...
And that's when the eating was really tough.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I remember those where I was just like, what fast food restaurant am I... I would look in the station car, like, honestly, at the end of a weekend and go, like, look at the different bags. Yeah. I went to Wendy's. I went to here. I went to here. Like, so...
I know hospitality rooms were high on my list.
I was just out today at the Sherrard one, and they have a really nice hospitality room out there. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. I was there to watch my kid, but I'm still media. So I went in and said hi and grabbed a soda.
I remember when you gave me a ton of crap.
Me? Never.
Yeah, it was the girls. It was always at Blackhawk College, and it was
the girls shootout.
Brownies. The girls shootout.
Yes.
Brownies. And you would go in and say all the brownies are gone. And you come out and accuse me of eating every one.
You did your part.
And I did my part. I did do my part.
Those were really good. I remember those. Those were great. I always said, and we talked about it last week when we were talking with Pete Ivanek about the shootout, the Genesis shootout. And I mean, they had a really, really good.
Always a great
They still did. So, all right, enough of us being fat. So this week's winner is
Stacy Early.
Stacy Early.
Who went 11-4.
Yep.
11-4. There were she didn't need a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Didn't see which one she missed, but that was a hard week.
I thought it was crazy.
I mean, we were different on 11 games.
Well, you think about it, even just like who picked the Falcons?
Yeah.
Nobody. Like there were certain games you're just like, probably not like people who picked the Browns.
Or the Raiders.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
picked the Raiders.
I did. Oh man, but like yeah, there was a lot of weird
But,
games.
yeah.
Third place or second place?
Second place. There
Some
was,
familiar
there
names.
was, Dustin Thor, who
Yes.
was trying for back-to-back.
He was on the show on Tuesday.
Was he really?
So he is a huge Illini fan, and he's
Okay.
down in Nashville.
Nice.
So I said, hey, why don't you hop on the show and set the scene? So he was getting ready to go to
That's
the
awesome.
Illini huddle and all that kind of stuff, and did a great job. So,
Emily Short, Matt Noe,
Yeah, who's been,
at the top.
like-
But get this one. Was it last place? 5 and 10, near the bottom,
that's really bad.
stocking
Stocking.
stuffer.
I can't and here's the thing is like
He went from first. He went the opposite
It's
of
hard-
the Broncos, the opposite of the Patriots.
I feel like it's hard to only win 5. Like you almost have to try not to. I mean, stockpile, and we had to give you a hard time because, like,
He won.
not
him
only
and his
you.
mom.
So I think that makes Mother Stockpile the best spot. Stockpile.
I was just
because
thinking
she's
about-
never gone
I
5
was
and
just
10.
thinking about Stockpile. The fact that still floors me. 1990 was when Stockpile won the Ness Guess.
Twice, and he knew the years. He remembered which one and all that
was
kind of stuff.
35 years ago.
Yeah, no.
I can't
So
remember. 35. Wow.
anytime we can give
Crazy.
Stockpile a hard time, we're gonna do it.
Anytime, yep.
For between you and me, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
We'll continue.
Well,
we will have
There
one more.
is a mathematical shot.
Yeah,
Because
I don't know if there will be
there's-
though.
there's-
Here's
There's 16 games,
yeah.
and I'm up by 13.
So here's what we're going to talk about the games today.
Carson,
I
what
meant
do
to
you
say
think?
this to
Carson's
you.
right there. He's my guy.
Yeah, he's so ready to put a pie in my
That's
face.
another great thing about
He's
this.
so ready to put a pie in my face. It's ridiculous. Like he is ready to
love
rock.
it.
So
my best
anyways, I'm most likely in case something. And I'll be honest. I'm going to talk about the games today, and I'm going to pick. But like my stuff that I send in might be just opposite of what you do. It might just be
See how
15
many- see how
opposite.
many I
But it
miss.
wouldn't be. It'd be silly for
That
me
would
to
be
sit
fun.
here.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to come on the air and say,
And I'm never
I won
gonna
16 and
Yeah,
all,
I'm
but-
never gonna go. But we will. I think we should probably do it here. We'll make sure Price is okay with it.
Yeah.
And we bring a tarp.
Well, one time
or
we
something
talked
like
about
that.
a spice cake instead of a pie.
Yeah?
I don't know. It's up to you because.
What do you mean? Oh, because I lost.
Well,
That's right. Well, it's up to you. You guys can look at him. He is so
Well,
happy
I-
and excited.
you know,
So that's the dumb
I'd be
thing I
tempted
did.
to take a bite of that spice
So
cake.
I guess I should ask you guys, since it's basically said and done, who goes first? Are you going to let young Carson throw the first
Oh,
one in,
yeah.
or are you
No.
guys going to go together at the same time?
Optimally, I was going to have it at the Dazzle household
That we could do that.
where
We-
Jennifer would take my place as she did
Yeah.
the last time.
Yeah.
And I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
But we could.
It's different because we did the last one at
Kathleen had
WQAD,
Kathleen
and it
had
got messy, but it was at WQAD, so I
care?
didn't care.
Oh, they didn't
I
care,
don't
okay.
know. I probably, but so that's my issue is like upstairs. If I did it in the upstairs loft,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it could
Make a
get
mess.
like here we could put a tarp down over the table,
Yeah.
and so like we could be a little. Anyways,
What kind of is like a whipped cream pie? Is
I remember the last one, and Ness, I'm not kidding. The last time we
Lemon
did this,
meringue,
I
wasn't it?
I couldn't breathe.
Oh, I know.
Like, because it goes into all like the crevice. I'm like,
Oh, and
once you
and
took it
messed-
off, I had to go
and
like
you,
that.
You showed me that tape last spring.
We'll
I
get it
felt-
back out
I
again.
felt so bad.
We'll get-
because I counted down from 5 and I did it at 3, and it was really mean.
I should.
And
I actually have it
apologize.
on here. I could pop it in real fast,
I
but I'm not
apologize.
gonna.
I apologize.
No. So, anyways, congratulations to that. We'll do that coming up.
I think Carson goes
in the
first,
very
though.
near future. So probably next week sometime because I don't want to let it linger. I want to get it out of the way and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So, but last week it was. I mean, we had 10 different
We had 10 or
going
11.
in, and you ended up gaining 3
Gaining
on me.
3, right? Yeah.
So you're up 13.
And only because like there are some crazy Bears.
Yep.
There was a couple others. Gosh, I can't have to look back and. But
The Baltimore Packers game was
Saints,
tough.
Titans, Baltimore's Packers,
BYU.
BYU
Georgia
on
Tech.
Saturday.
Georgia Tech was up 21-10 at the half. I'm
Yep.
feeling really
There's 4
good.
games right there.
Yeah.
I went in. I told Kathleen. I said I could be down 4-0 at the end of
I was
Saturday.
hoping because then I was sitting here thinking, then I'm down 6.
Because I thought Clemson was a real deal.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't. They fell flat. Did you have the Texans? You did have Texans, right?
yes.
No.
I did do the Texans, so I won that game as
You
well.
won that game.
Oh yeah.
And that's another one I thought I had.
I'm looking as we go here because we're not going to do Iowa because I obviously played this morning. I'm trying
Did
to
you
look
pick
to
the
see.
Browns or the Steelers?
I
think
can't
you
remember.
did.
I think I did. Yeah,
you did.
And I liked that too. And I told my son, who picked the Steelers in a Survivor, no DK Metcalf. I think the Steelers got lucky last week and
Yeah.
already against the Lions. I was already cranky about that, so I kind of went.
was a good
I
pick.
don't want to do the playoff game, so we're just going to keep it college. We're going to keep it. I mean, NFL.
Yeah. There is no college.
There's really no. Well, the college is
there's
the.
only 2 Saturday games. I think at all.
So I'm kind of looking at
Besides
because we're not doing Thursdays too early. Friday's too early,
Right.
and there's nothing till the
There's
following.
nothing,
That's
one
it.
Monday night game.
Yeah, so let me get the NFL up, and we'll start picking some game because there's some here's the thing that's so hard is like it's the last week of the regular season, so
And you
some
don't know
teams
who's
don't
gonna-
care.
yeah.
Like some teams.
Who has something to play for?
Yep.
That's 100% it.
So with that being said, we'll start where we always start. The Chicago Bears. I talked yesterday on the show that I was
Bears, Lions.
I was the most impressed with the Bears as in any game there was this season on
Agreed.
Sunday night.
100%.
And some people have said like, what about they beat the Packers? They played really bad for 55 minutes against the Packers, and then the last 5 minutes they played good and
Right.
won the game. Like I thought the defense wasn't very good, but San Francisco's offense is good. That was Caleb's best game, I think, as
I
well.
thought it reminded me of a heavyweight fight. Mm-hmm. Like pow pow, and Niners score, Bears score.
Yeah.
Niners score, Bears score. And then Bears finally got the turnover that they needed or change it down
Yeah.
or whatever. And then they kicked the field goal, and I thought too much time left on the clock.
I did too.
And yeah, same thing. So
Yeah.
we've watched way too much football.
And the thing is, too, is like they almost like it came down to the last play, but it's so in the NFL when you're not.
It did come down last
And,
play.
and when you're in the NFL and you have 4 downs, like and timeouts, like it's hard to stop you. The only way, like I looked at that going like the only way San Francisco's not gonna or is gonna stop them is by a turnover.
Yeah.
Like in if you have 4 plays, and I mentioned it yesterday on the show. Watching the Bears and it was sad for me on Sunday. Like I've watched that Ben Johnson called game so many times. The hook and ladder, all those kind of
Yes.
things. It was like watching the Lions from 2 years ago. I'm like, gosh darn it, he's a really good. He's a really good
what a
head
great
coach.
hire.
No, a really good
Yeah.
coach. And like I don't think people will say like look at the Lions without him. I think the Lions offense is still good. The Lions offensive line is the
Well,
biggest
and
problem,
this-
but
and
it
this-
helped the Bears out a ton.
And is it still a game that matters to the Bears, right?
It does. If they win, they get
2 seed.
the 2 seed. If not, they get the 3 seed.
And the 3
here's
seed
the
plays
thing,
either
though.
the Niners or the Rams. I
Yes.
want to say, and the 2 seed plays the Packers.
Yes.
Possibly without Love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Love will have to be back in 2
He
weeks.
has to, doesn't he?
From
He-
that
he sat
concussion.
on the sidelines.
Yeah, and he was questionable going into last week. I don't think he plays this
Yeah.
week because they have nothing.
Nothing,
have
yeah,
nothing to play
nothing
for.
to play for.
So here's the thing. So the Bears do have something to play for. The Lions don't, but Dan Campbell's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it'd be better off, and I hate even saying this, if the Lions lost, they would finish last. They would get the 4th place schedule next year. They would get a higher draft pick. I mean, and like
Do they think that way?
no, that's the thing is I do. I don't even think that way because I don't know if you guys have watched the show. I hate the Bears, so I'd rather beat the Bears than But there is that silver lining of it's better off if the Lions lose. Dan Campbell. Last year they were 15-2. They'd clinched everything. No, 2 years ago they had clinched everything. They couldn't go up. They couldn't go down. They were what they were, and they played everybody week 17 or week 18. They played and they got a guy hurt. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, and Sam McCoy got hurt in that game. So Dan's going to play. He already said that. So I think they're going to play everybody. I think the Bears, even if it didn't count for the Bears, Ben Johnson's that crazy
And
Dan Campbell type of like.
Well, he's got momentum too. I mean, you got Caleb playing awesome
Yep.
right now. You've got the running backs are playing awesome. Burden, wide receiver, isn't that his name?
Colston Loveland.
No, that's tight end.
Oh,
isn't
no, yeah. It's Johnny's guy, Arthur Burton.
Burton,
Yeah,
yeah,
Burton.
and he got hurt.
Yeah.
In the last play. But,
So I wonder if he
he's playing
plays.
Really well.
Yeah.
But this is a perfect game for you because normally I would take the Bears, you take the Lions.
Yeah.
And but now you can actually take the Lions and not have to.
Because you
worry.
are taking the Bears.
I'm taking
right?
the Bears.
Okay.
I wouldn't
So
do that.
the stat I used a lot this year was the Lions went 3.5 years without losing 2 straight games.
True.
They've lost 3 straight games.
Wow.
Which is crazy. The things that we need, a couple weeks ago, I was like, if they have this happen, and they went out, if they would have just won, they could be playing for the division tomorrow.
And I was cheering for the Bears last 2
Yeah,
weeks.
like they
Last
could have
two.
been. So like they
And
just
they-
didn't play. And I thought they played so bad on Christmas. I would be shocked if Dan Campbell, if they laid an egg.
Yeah.
Like I'd be shocked if I felt like they quit on Christmas. They played so bad. They made so. I felt like I'd be shocked if that happens. And this will make Bears fans mad as well. I'll take the Lions roster over the Bears roster any day of the week. Talent wise, I think they're just they're at the Lions have the Lions have 6 Pro Bowlers.
far-fetched.
Yeah, the Lions have 6 Pro Bowlers. Like they're individual talent wise. Now 3 of them are out with injuries. That's
Williams.
yeah. And so
veteran.
I'm pretty. How about this too? What do you think the line is?
I know what it is.
I know but like, were you surprised that it's 2.5?
Yeah.
So that's basically
I thought it'd
saying
be like-
that's saying on a neutral field it'd be a pick 'em.
I thought it'd be a 6.5, 7.
Vegas knows.
Yeah.
They say that Vegas knows.
6 and 7.
6 and 7.
That's
6
my,
and 7.
that's my other one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not
Chase
even
is
the-
Chase is getting involved
Attaboy,
too.
attaboy.
It's like a daycare here at Hungry Hobo with me sometimes. So
okay, too.
cool. We're good with that. Then
Yeah.
I like the way this starts, and you have to. This is the one I'm gonna have to hold my nose with. Packers and Vikings.
Okay.
It's an interesting game. I don't know what the Packers do because they're not playing for anything.
I've researched this one.
Are they?
What?
Can the Packers?
No,
they're the
locked
7th
in.
seed
They're locked in
regardless.
7 no matter 100%. 100%. They got nothing to play for. Minnesota's last 2 games, 23-10, 31-0. Packers' last 2 games, lost the Bears, lost the Broncos.
Yeah.
So the momentum, and I'm telling you what, the Vikings, and you won that game last week. I think I went against the Vikings. Who'd they play?
Vikings Lions. It was on Christmas though. So we didn't pick them.
We didn't pick them.
You picked them because you didn't know when I was going to do the deadline, and you sent me your first picks. You had all the Christmas
I did?
games picked. Too.
I did. Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you did pick
that
the.
was oh yeah, probably from my
Yeah.
pool. That
Yeah.
I got it right here. But the Vikings, they're just a different team at home. That crowd is nuts.
It's
That
really
crowd
cool
is-
environment.
is
It's a really
really-
cool stadium.
Yeah.
I'd love to get up there. I'd hate the team, but
So I think that I'm taking Minnesota.
you're taking Minnesota.
Yeah. Just because they're at home.
I'll take Green Bay because I have to.
Yeah.
I don't know who plays for Green Bay. I don't know. Oh, Carson's leaving, but he wanted to say goodbye.
Oh.
He's going to a sleepover, but he wanted to tell
All
Ness
right.
goodbye in 6-7.
See you, bestie.
6-7. And I told you this. He's going off to a sleepover.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to go to the original sleepover without coming here first.
Right.
That's the nonsense that I have to put up with
I
these
love
two
it.
guys.
I love that.
So I don't know who plays for the Packers. But I'm with you. Here's
Malik
my
looked good though. at quarterback.
yeah, no, absolutely. And I I'm with you where so the Packers lost to the Bears.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the Ravens. Yes, nothing changes, but don't you want to get a victory before? Don't you want to get back on track a little bit before
the
you play
playoffs,
off?
yeah.
But then again, Josh Jacobs is hurt, so you don't play him. He's
Right.
been in and out and all that kind of
Watson,
stuff.
same.
But here's the thing: is if you have Malik Willis, that's not bad. If you have their Wilson, their backup, is a good backup running back.
Yeah.
So I watched Brosmer play.
Not going to set the world on fire.
So I'll happily take the Packers
Yeah.
because
You don't know what you get with Minnesota. You just don't.
Here's my hope is that Minnesota wins. You know, if Minnesota wins and the Lions win, the Lions will finish in last place and Minnesota will get the tiebreaker because they beat them twice. They'll finish 9. Everybody in the division will be over 500.
Oh, wow.
9-8, 9-8, and then whatever the other two are, which is crazy.
And the Lions get the schedule benefit.
Yes, I
like-
guess.
I
but
like
then
it.
again, you
Man,
also
you're
look
looking
at
ahead. You're
you look
looking
at
ahead.
they'd finish 9-8, and there'd be a NFC South team that is 8-9.
Yeah.
They could make the playoffs, which is wild too.
That's crazy.
But the Lions haven't deserved it. They haven't played well enough. Like that's why I tell people all the time they haven't played well enough to deserve it. So, all right, let's do a couple more before we get a. Steelers Ravens Sunday night. Winner wins the North. Loser
yeah.
doesn't go. Loser goes home.
I've been
It's
thinking
in
about that one
Pittsburgh,
a lot, too.
right?
It's in Pittsburgh. Yes, right?
Yes.
It is.
Yep.
Lamar
didn't play last
He
week.
didn't play last week. He probably won't play this week.
DK Metcalf is out for
DK Metcalf
because you
is out.
can't punch fans. Weird.
Even if they,
Even if I don't think he's. I don't know.
huh?
I don't. In
I
general,
watched that press conference, the backward hat guy, and he didn't sell me.
He like as a Lions fan, I just turned that off. Like that's not our best. If that makes
Right.
any sense. Now, mind you can't hit a fan regardless.
I didn't
but
realize. Well, I looked at the last Ravens Steelers matchup. DK had like 118 yards receiving, and the next receiver was like 10 or 15
Yeah.
or 20.
Yeah.
It was like.
that's the big difference.
So I
like
think
the other day.
that and even if I'm liking Huntley more, I'm gonna take the Ravens, just because I called him Henry last week, but yeah, it is Henry, Derrick Henry. I called him George.
Yeah, King George,
King George,
King.
Henry.
Just
I
stick with.
couldn't get my Kings
How
right.
good was he though? 4
He was-
touchdowns.
I know, like in 5, and so I think when it comes down to a heavyweight match, I'm gonna take the guy that gets the 200 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't think Steelers have nothing to combat that.
Yeah.
And there's time, and I'm still not sold. I know Rodgers is playing well, and he's got him to the last game. I would have never guessed that.
Yep.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if the Steelers win, especially at home. But the Ravens, and here's the other thing: Ravens started out 1-5. So since that 6th week, in the last 11 weeks, look at the difference between the two teams. I think the Ravens are so much better in those last 11 weeks than the Steelers. That's
Here's a stat that I heard, Ness. You'll love this for your Ravens pick. They've only beaten 2 winning teams all year. Ravens have the Bears and the Packers, and both Tyler Huntley was the quarterback.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's a good. I mean, I'll take the Steelers, obviously.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is I want to say like Aaron Rodgers at home on a Sunday night to make the playoffs. He's going to win. I'll go back 4 years ago. Sunday Night Football. Lions were just getting good. Yeah. They played at Lambeau Field against the Packers, and the Lions went in and beat the Packers, and that was Aaron Rodgers' last game on that field.
Right.
I'll take the Steelers because I have to. I still have a ticket. I still have a bet for the Ravens to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
From the beginning of the season.
Nice. That's
now,
good.
and who like? And this, I think this one I'm gonna like end things.
So let me ask you this: at week 18, who do you like? Ravens, maybe. Who do you like to win the Super Bowl if you had to pick?
That's
one
what I was
right
just going to
now?
ask you.
Okay,
like, who in the world wins the Super Bowl this year?
Well, it's not Broncos and it's not Patriots because my son, who's my stat guy, tells me that they have the weakest schedules of any team in the NFL. No wonder they're 1 and 2 seeds. So I don't think it's the Patriots. I don't think it's the Broncos. The next best, it's Jaguars. I like Jaguars and Texans. One of those two. That's my top AFC team is either Texans or Jaguars. And if I had to push come sub, I go with defense. I'd pick the Texans.
Yeah,
Texans in the AFC.
Which is crazy because they were awful to start the season.
And they're like a 7 seed. Is that right?
Well, no, they won the division.
Oh, they did?
They won that division, so they'll be like the 3 seed, I think.
Okay, I'll take a 3. I thought they were down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Jacksonville lost.
Yeah.
And so who in the AFC, in the NFC? Not the Eagles. Maybe the Bears, 49ers. I'm really not sold on the Seahawks. Darnold just
not either.
Darnold doesn't do it for me.
I'm so mad the Lions aren't in the playoffs because it's not. There's no team that's like.
Yeah.
I'll say, give me the Bills. I know they lost last week
son will be,
and all of those kind of things, but like I'll still take the best. And I know, and Josh Allen didn't look good last week, and I got a buddy who can't stand him, and I'm like, yes, I know he'll drive you crazy with some turnovers and stuff, but he gets rolling. There's not a Patrick Mahomes isn't around to like prevent them from going to the Super Bowl.
He's the most prolific quarterback.
Yeah, so give me the Bills still.
And I'll take the Texans. Who we got in the NFC?
And the NFC, no offense to the Bears fans, I don't think the Bears are a Super Bowl team yet.
I know.
Hopefully ever. I still like the Rams.
Really?
I still like
pick.
the Rams, and I think they're good on defense.
That's
and
interesting.
I think so give me Rams and Bills, and give me the Bills to win it all.
I think the NFC title game was last week. The Niners and the Bears. I really like both teams.
Did you see that
I like both of those teams.
If the Niners win this week, they'll be the 1 seed.
Really?
And they'll have the home field throughout the post. And then guess where the Super Bowl's at?
No idea.
Out in San Francisco.
San Francisco. Wow.
So if they win this Sunday, they will never leave Levi Stadium again.
49ers.
They couldn't get to the quarterback though.
Yeah.
Without Nick Bosa, their front they have the least amount of sacks in football.
That's why there was so many points.
Yeah, and Caleb played well, but he had no pressure on him whatsoever. The Bears' offensive line is good.
I like the turnovers that the Bears get too.
Yeah, but if those go away,
I know. Well,
if those go away, and if you get a good, I know
they haven't.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Well, Ness, next time we will be doing this. It's funny because I forget that people are watching us sometimes. We get into talking. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a show going on.
Yeah.
This has been a blast. Make sure the Ness Guess will be up and rocking and rolling. One last week to get in. If you win fantastic food from Hungry Hobo, which is outstanding. We thank them once again. We're going to talk. I think Price is cool with me. If we put a tarp down there, he'd love us being back here and stuff.
Maybe I'll let Price take my spot and. He could
and he's an Illini fan, so he'd probably like to put the pie in the old Iowa fan face.
Ceremonial pie.
I'll start a text thread, and we can.
I would yield
we can chat with him.
I would have. I've already done it. Just saying.
So there you go, Price. If you want to come put a pie in my face, that's what we'll do. Get signed up. We appreciate you guys doing it. Happy New Year, my friend.
Have a happy New Year, and to all the people out there, thank you so much. This has meant a lot to me to get back and doing this. Brought my prop.
Yeah,
props are always good. But this is so good.
I
2026.
cannot wait till next year to do this again.
If you do it next year, we have to do it the year after, because next year be year 39.
You hear that, Price?
And I
You got a 2-year contract.
2-year contract.
2 more contract coming up,
But no, when I left the paper, I thought, man, 37.
yeah.
And I was going to go.
So this was 38.
I was going to work 3 more
We're
years at the
definitely
paper. I was going to work 3 more years at the paper. That was going to be 40.
Yeah.
And that was where it's going to be. And it never got there. So you're bringing it back means a lot. I love doing this. I was a little afraid.
Yeah. I'm so glad you did it.
Yeah. So,
I was worried you wouldn't, but like that was one of the things when I started this. Whether you like it or not, we do Mark C Mondays. Some people love Johnny. I love Johnny. Some people hate Johnny. But like and bringing back Marc Nesseler, do that. But Dan Birch has been on a ton.
Yeah.
Tom Cornelis, all those kind of things.
like
It's
old
like
times.
it's Jay Kidwell. It's kind of fun to bring back some of the good things about Quad City sports. So, anyways, we got more to get to.
I got a prop for a hat.
Yeah.
My granddaughter, Mia, at Finn's, they have a thing going on New Year's Eve night.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a hat.
Okay.
And she gave me a hat. She gave me horns. She gave me beads. And that filled me up.
I'm worried.
So thank you,
I
Mia.
was wondering what you did to get your beads. I didn't want. I was like, did you go to New Orleans without me knowing?
All I did was smile.
I love it. I love it. Yes. So, all right, we got more to get to. You're watching OTA on a Wednesday. We'll be right back. It's been a fun off the air on New Year's Eve, but it is 5:35 and it's New Year's Eve. So I'm getting out of here. Going to go enjoy the New Year's. Remember, no show coming up tomorrow or Friday. We'll be back for a full week of shows. No more time off. The month of January is going to be a blast, and we'll tell you all about it. We'll be back on Monday. Guys, have a great New Year. Thanks for watching OTA tonight and then or tomorrow if you're watching this the next day or whenever you watch it. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys back here next week.